With astute bankroll management and dedication, she's amassed over 200,000 in just 2 years. Amanda Musumeci is the newest member of Team Bodog. Welcome to the team, Amanda.
Thank you.
So you are known for your financial smarts. What are some of the secrets to successful bankroll management?
Well, I think that if you go online, you can pretty much find a good write-up of the general bankroll management rules. Like usually it's to spend 1% of your bankroll on any given MTT buy-in to give yourself enough time and chances to not go broke. And what I personally did was I started with playing the beginner sit and goes on Bodog. So they offer 5 payouts instead of 3 for the 9-man sit and goes. And with that, you get a little bit less variance. So I started doing that and just splitting my bankroll every day. Whenever I would have profits from the day, like if I won $100 in sit and goes, I would take $50 and put it back into my sit and go bankroll, and 50 and put that into taking chances on MTT. So this way I was still, you know, accumulating in my sit and go bankroll, but I was also giving myself a chance to have a good score in one of those MTTs and taking those more risky ventures out into the poker community.
So didn't you start with $15 in the account and you're just going to grow from there?
Well, initially, my first time I bought in on the internet on Bodog was the starting site for me. I put in $150 and never have since had to redeposit. And since the sponsorship with Bodog and that opportunity, I want to start trying to show the people at Bodog, especially since it tends to be like a smaller stake site, that if you can start with a small bankroll and work your way up by making some good financial choices with your bankroll. So now I started with $15 in my account at the beginning of this whole thing, and now I'm doing this bankroll challenge. And basically now I'm grinding like the $2, they have $2 and $3 like super turbos and beginner tournaments, and slowly worked it up, and now I'm up to about like $400. So, you know, it's a slower grind than like cash games. People kind of like the poker for like that instant gratification of having like doubling their roll immediately. But I think that's something to be said for the bankroll management, is that you really do need to take your time and not really be so eager to just double, because that's the big risk that you take in poker. When you play cash games, you can lose your entire roll in one day. But if you play the sit and goes or multi-table tournaments, it'll take a long time by following good bankroll management for you to ever go broke.
Okay.
So
Amanda, how did you find yourself on Team Bodog? How did that happen?
Well, Jonathan Westra, UF Poker Star on Bodog, he sent me a link on Facebook just letting me know that Bodog was running the promotion.
Love Facebook.
And, yep, it's a great network. You can find everything you need there. And this opportunity for me came about, it started there. And he actually messaged me there and let me know that Bodog was looking for a new female. And from there, I just went on and filled out the application process and had a couple of interviews along the way, and here I am.
So there are a lot of players here on Team Bodog at the World Series. Is there anybody in particular that we should be watching out for?
A few that I definitely know of from back when I was like an everyday grinder on Bodog would be Matt Boom, Cream 420 I want to see, Nate Avinson, UF Poker Star, which is John Westra. So yeah, you'll see a lot of the good, solid players who, you know, have since, like, you see these people online and they're crushing online now. So you'll definitely see some competition from Bodog out there this year.
Cool. So what events have you actually signed up for at the World Series?
This year I played a lot of the 1Ks and the 1.5Ks. And I did end up skipping a few events just because, like, it's hard when you're overworked, like when you feel overworked. And I really don't feel like you should be spending like $3,000 or $2,000 on a tournament if you're just not in the mood for it that day, if you really don't feel it. Because you have to wake up and really be able to imagine yourself playing for 13 hours that day in order to, yeah, if you can't wake up and sit there and really conceive of that idea, then you're just like, I shouldn't even play. I can't even imagine myself being awake or alive in 12 hours, you know what I mean? So there have been a couple events that I planned on playing that I skipped, but overall I probably played maybe like 13 or 14 of those events, and then the 10K coming up. So
how have they been going for you?
I mean, it's been a learning experience for me. This is the first time that I've really gotten into the live poker scene. I have played a few, I played a few World Series events last year and some LAPC events before, but I really haven't ever tried to master that part of my game. I grew up as like the internet kid. That's how I got into poker. And it seems like a lot of people actually come from a history in live poker. Like they all start playing live and just get a taste for it in their mouth, and then they start going online and crush online. For me, it happened opposite, where I never really played live. I just started online. So I don't even have that background or that initial passion that the live guys had to get into the live arena.
Yeah.
And now that I have this sponsorship opportunity with Bodog, I feel like it's really a good time for me to try to capitalize on that by getting out there, and it gives me more motivation to get out there and play live this year and try to master that and make the best of this opportunity. So
what is the one biggest surprise you've had this year at the World Series?
I've actually been really surprised to see like how thick and tough some of these fields have been. Like even in the 1Ks, you know, online on Sunday is a big day. Like everyone all the online guys who are the good online guys were playing the 1K on the starting day 1 on Saturday so that they could go online at home and play on Sunday. So that's the same thing I was doing. All the internet kids were doing it. So in the 1K, I would like go and sit down every Saturday on my starting day 1, you know, and it was just like every table all around me was an internet person that I knew, and I was just shocked. I was like, is this even real? Like, here's Doc Sims, and here's G Burrow, and just all these like top 10 players, you know, crazy, great players, you know, just all over the place. It was very shocking to me to see that.
So how has it been being a member of Team Bodog so far?
It's really been great. It's like I said, it's been a dream come true for me. I'm getting to now incorporate again that side of my public relations and talking to tons of people, and people actually want to talk to me now, you know, in the live. And being that I never was a live player, now I actually have live players approaching me, whereas I never would have even had that, you know, that opportunity. And you know, I've gotten the opportunity to do a lot of these photo shoots. I got to do the photo shoot with Evelyn Ng, and that was like so much fun. I've never had a professional photo shoot before. You know, that's just, every girl wants to have her glamorous moment, you know, so that was just great. That was so much fun. And, you know, I'm just really excited to play the main event for the site by which I started at. You know, I feel a lot of loyalty, and I feel very at home with them. So I'm very happy to be like representing them in the main event, and to have them putting me in it, and like to have, this is my first time playing the main event, you know, and so to be free rolling technically into the main event, and being that it's provided by the site where I start, that really resonates a lot with me, and it means so much. Like I'm just, you know, I'm very excited to go out there and crush it for them this year, hopefully.
So is there anything special you're going to do to prepare for the main event?
Well, throughout the time that I've been playing, it has been very busy, but in my off time, I do always keep up on studying. And that's something that online players have that the live don't, is that I can actually get hand histories from my friends whose games I respect and want to learn from, and they'll give them to me and let me watch them online. And then I can actually see what they're doing and get some new concepts for the game and get some new ideas on how to be creative. So that's something that I always try to keep up with. I'm studying every single day. So, you know, I'm just trying to get some new ideas for how to be creative with a deep stack, you know, because we have so many chips to start, and the levels are 2-hour levels in that event. So I'm just going to try to play creatively.
So you were profiled by the Philadelphia Inquirer. What was that whole experience like, and what did your friends say back at home about it?
Well, it was an awesome experience. I mean, because I'm from Philadelphia, and that is the largest paper in Philadelphia. So for me, it was, you know, monumental. It was my first like national kind of, or you know, big media coverage for me, and all my family and friends were just insanely excited, obviously, you know, and got a bunch of Facebook hits, and it was great. The interviewer himself was actually really wonderful, and he himself has a passion for the game, so it made it very easy to do that whole interview with him, and it was great. I mean, we have framed pictures now. My family all got the paper printed and have the official things up, so it's all just a dream come true to me. I mean, I couldn't really ask for much more. It's great.
This is great. Well, everything seems to be going fantastic. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
The World Series. Thanks so much, Amanda.
You're welcome.